What's happening, financial coaches? It's Pete here. Hey, I wanted to offer you something, and I'm not sure if this is going to be a one and done, but I want to give you the backstory on the offer here. So, I was actually talking to a friend of mine who wanted to do some financial coaching. He wasn't really interested in necessarily making a business out of it. It's definitely going to be a side hustle. He's got a decent job, but what he does do is he lives in an economically challenged area. So, there are a lot of people that need some financial guidance. And one of the things that we talked about was maybe reaching out to a organization in the area that maybe did some counseling or housing help or food pantry or some of the charities that do intakes to kind of look at economic need and approve you for certain things. And so reaching out to some of these organizations, some of these nonprofits, and saying, hey, listen, I'm a financial coach. I'm not trying to make money on this, but I'm also not trying to necessarily lose money. I would like to do something, but I would love to do it at a great cost or at a great price, something that's below market value. And what we talked about was saying, hey, listen, maybe I'll come to your offices on a Saturday from 10 to noon, give you 2 hours of time. I'll meet with as many people as you can provide. And, if you will pay me $20 an hour, we'll cram them in, do 20-minute sessions, 30-minute sessions, an hour, whatever. And so for $40, I'll spend 2 hours there and, we'll just help as many people as we possibly can. Now, obviously, if you were trying to make a business out of this and you're looking at $50 an hour and $100 an hour, that's not going to kind of cut the mustard for you, right? But one of the reasons we talked about that was I was saying that maybe you should think outside of the box. Hate that term, but just kind of be creative in how you can make money and still help people, because there will be people who really can't afford your services. And one of the things I talked about was maybe having a benefactor or a charity or an organization pay for coaching. And I have had those types of arrangements before. And sometimes they're very small, right? Someone said, hey, I'll allocate $200. That'll be my donation and help as many people as you can for that. Up to people who said, hey, let's budget $500,000. This will be a grant over a few years, and use it and try to help as many people as possible. Obviously, the larger organizations and nonprofit or with their foundations looking for ways to do charitable giving are going to be more likely to do that. But I wanted to bring something like that to the table here if this is going to help you. And one of the reasons, obviously in a much smaller way, but one of the reasons I was thinking about this is there are people who are starting out that are suffering from imposter syndrome, or they're struggling with getting people to convert from, yes, I know I need to work with someone to actually plunking down money, or maybe they have someone that they know they really can help, but the issue is, they just don't have any money. They're in really bad shape financially. And even, as I've mentioned, charging them $5 or something like that, it's just not practical. So what I wanted to do here is just try a little experiment and say, hey, I want to help a financial coach out there, if you're watching this channel, be able to get into a coaching relationship, get yourself some experience, get yourself connected with a client, get some real world experience about working with someone, try to help a lot of them, maybe take the pressure off, asking them to make that transaction and sending them a bill and getting paid, or talking about the finances. But I would love for it to be within the framework of saying, listen, I'm a financial coach, and obviously I get paid for this, and I really want to help you. And so what I did was I actually found an arrangement where someone else is going to pay for your session. They will pay me for your session, and so that will keep the idea that the session does have value because it is getting paid for. And hopefully that will help the recipient, your coachee, say, hey, this is something valuable. I don't want to miss my appointment. I want to take advantage of it because it's kind of a one-time offer. Maybe it's not something that's going to happen again, because instead of giving them $100, maybe we can give them some advice, some guidance, some reassurance, some cheerleading, some accountability, whatever it might be, which might be more valuable, and it might help plant the seeds that grow into resources that they can use forever. Hopefully that would be the idea here. So I want to just take one person. We'll kind of limit it there. But if you are interested in this, I'm going to put it or offer it to the first person who comments that says, yes, count me in, and if we get multiples, maybe we'll kind of try to do this maybe in a subsequent month, but I'd really like to see how this goes. Is this valuable to anyone? Does it help anyone kind of break through the barriers that are holding you back right now? Does this bring in your first client? Maybe it's your third client. Maybe you have some experience, but you have someone that you just haven't been able to help because of the money issue. So again, what I'm going to do is offer the first person who comments, we'll connect, let's reach out. And then if you run an appointment with a coachee, time is really up to you, and I'm not going to audit it. But if you have someone that you can bring in, coach, and let them know the arrangement, I would actually prefer not to say that I'm going to pay for that session, but you can just say someone else is paying for this session, so I'm getting paid, I'm getting compensated for it, or whatever you want to do. And then when you are done with that session, just email me confirmation that you completed it and just kind of your thoughts on how it went. I don't care if it's 2 paragraphs or 2 sentences. I'm not looking for, a case study or a review of it, but I would just love your thoughts on, hey, this went well. It brought in someone that I wouldn't have otherwise been able to talk to, or, hey, this didn't work really well. It was someone that was really in distress, and it wasn't someone that was in my wheelhouse of expertise, and I wasn't able to help, or, whatever it might be, or, I had the greatest session ever, or whatever it might be, any of your thoughts, because I would love to collect that and see if there's a way to take this idea and maybe run with it. Now, once you're done with that session and you compose that short email to me, just let me know that you're done, include your contact information, and I will PayPal or Zelle or Chase Quick Pay or whatever it is, the money to you instantly after receiving that, or as instantly as I check my email, and get you paid on that so that you are done with that. And for, let's call it an hour of coaching, I will pay you $100 to make sure that you're compensated for that. And maybe that helps break the ice. Maybe it helps you get into a rhythm. Maybe it's just your first experience kind of going through the whole process of, prospecting, working with someone, coaching them, and, getting paid for it, right? And then rinse and repeat. So that's what I want to do here, and we'll see how it goes, and I don't know, maybe we can make it a regular thing in the future, but I would just love to go through that cycle once. So the first person who comments that says, hey, they want to take me up on this offer, let's connect, make sure that we get the contact information so you know how to reach out to me and I know how to pay you. And then hopefully it just works out for everyone. Hopefully it works out for you. You get comped for your time. Hopefully it helps you, kind of get through the processes of building your business. And hopefully it helps the person that's on the receiving end of your advice, feel empowered and feel enabled to go on and achieve things financially. So, I'm hoping that some good things happen out of it. I have no idea. This was kind of an off the wall thought that I had, but I'd love to see how it goes. So if you want to do that, comment below. And if you're not even the first commenter, I would just love to hear what your thoughts are on this little experiment. But I'm hoping for good things. I'm hoping that someone gets some value out of it. All right, that's it. I'll see you later.